Hello everyone, and welcome to the final week, week 9 of VDL Ubers. I'm very excited. We're gonna have a tough game against our good friend, Mick, the biggest of wills. He's a very good friend, and he's a very good battler as well. So I'm excited to play this game. We both are in tough situations. I think whoever wins out of this game is guaranteed to get into playoffs, and the other person has to rely a lot on other results in other games. So obviously we want to win um, and secure our place. At the same time, we don't mind too much if we'll also support his place, if you know what I mean. But yeah, let's get right into Will's team. That's a pretty good place to start. His gold Uber is Magena. He has a very threatening Terror Captain in Raging Bolt, Deoxys Speed, Rillaboom, Sneasler, so he's got that Rillaboom Sneasler combo there, Crocodile, Vaporeon. If you know what happened last season with a Vaporeon in VDL, you know I'm terrified of the Pokemon. Talonflame, Fortress, and Sableye. So yeah, let's get right into what we are bringing this week. So first of all, we have Booster Attack, Roaring Moon. We're running DD, Earthquake, Brick Break, and Knockoff. We have just enough speed so that at +1 we will always outspeed a max speed Deoxys Speed. And our entire game plan is, I think Will is going to bring Dio screens this week and lead them. Or he could be rocks, it doesn't really matter. One of the two. I think he's going to be lead Dio with rocks or screens. Our entire game plan is to get up a DD so that we always outspeed the Deoxys. Even if he clicks Reflect, we then will be able to KO with a knockoff due to our booster attack. We have Book Break to be able to break the screen right after. And we have Earthquake, which if there is no screen up, we just one-shot the Magena, which I do think is going to be the main swap-in. We do have enough bulk to eat one like focus blast from him again. Obviously it's going to click a fairy move. We should eat one Draining Kiss too if he is Draining Kiss and not Floor Cannon, but probably Floor Cannon to be honest. But yeah, that is our set. Our entire plan is to just prevent screens, because screens are such a nightmare for me, and also allows Roaring Moon to just kind of break early and just do a lot of damage into Will's team, which I think is a very solid strategy. Next up, we have Kyurem, who's currently in small form because I forgot to combine the two after genning, but he'll be shortly fixed. We are running Freeze Dry, Draco Meteor. I promise you we're not running Scary Face. That is Fusion Flare and Scale Shot. This is a very interesting team. Will's team struggles a lot with the Kyurem White. Fusion, outside of Magena, he doesn't have a lot to swap into our Ice plus Dragon coverage. The only Ice swap in is the Fortress. Obviously, Vaporeon doesn't count because we're going to be running Freeze Dry. Draco swap ins are Fortress and Magena, Magena is under a lot of pressure this week, and I'll get into a little bit more why. But Fusion Flare just does so much damage from Life Orb Fusion Flares. We can 2-hit KO them again pretty easily. So yeah, the entire game plan is that if we can get rid of Magena, after a Scale Shot, we look super threatening into the team. Obviously, we hit the Rillaboom super effectively, Dio crumbles, Raging Bolt. I'm not 100% sure on the Terrors. I do think that if he wants to be offensive, to be able to hit a few of my things, he does need to be either like ground or steel, or yeah, like steel or fire to be able to handle the Fluttermane. Or if he wants to be more offensive, then he has to be able to hit my Corviknight. No, not Corviknight. What am I talking about? What was it that I was prepped for him hitting? The Clodsire, sorry, the Clodsire. Why am I forgetting that? If he wants to be able to hit off Clodsire, he has to go like Psychic or Ground. I think Ground is probably his best option to be able to hit Clodsire, and then Steel was his best option if he wants to be more defensive for stuff like Kyurem and Fluttermane. So I do think he's going to be one of those two Terrors, and if he's Terra Steel, he struggles a lot with Kyurem's Fusion Flare still, so I don't think that's a great option. And if he's Ground, then he cannot get rid of his Ice Weakness, which is very nice. Next up, we have our Specs Fluttermane. Once again, I said Magena was like one of his only real checks to Kyurem. It's also his only real check to Moonblast because he has no poison. No poison, sorry, that isn't also weak. A fighting type because of Sneasler. So Moonblast swap-ins are very dire on his team. It's mainly specially defensive Magena. So we are Specs. We'll just do a lot of damage. We have Mystical Fire to hit that thing. We have Energy Ball, which is boosted by his grassy terrain potentially, and also just does a lot of damage into his team. Things like Vaporeon that might want to swap in if that's Spadef. Should be able to 2-hit KO that. And we have Shadow Ball, just because it's a great stab option. It just does a lot of damage into a lot of things. Next up, we have Black Sludge Clodsire. We're running a Spadef Clodsire this week with high horsepower, recover spikes, and haze. We are unaware as well, just seeing as I'll swap into the Raging Bolt, and with high horsepower to get around the grassy terrain that could be coming. We have recover for recovery, of course. Spikes are just really nice into his team, just because his greatest removal option is Rapid Spinning Fortress or Defog, and it kind of know that he doesn't like to bring those mons, so I don't know if either one comes. So spikes are really, really nice into his team, and haze is just there to be able to stop stuff like what is it called? The potentially Swords Dancing Sneasler. We can come in with this, haze away its Grassy Seed defensive boost, and just stop it Swords Dancing in our face, and then be able to hit it with high horsepower for a lot of damage. So yeah, this Clodsire is very, very important for the Raging Bolt and the Sneasler. If the Raging Bolt is Terragram, then obviously we're going to be using this more for Sneasler, because we do get 2-hit KO, even though we are like a lot of Spit F. But yeah, that is Clodsire's roll this week. Next up, we have Rocky Helmet Corviknight. This thing is very, very nice. It also takes under half from close combats from Sneasler, unless obviously it's Swords Dance. We have Brave Bird to be able to hit things like Sneasler, Taunt to stop certain set of Pokemon, like potentially like the Vaporeon we can come in and taunt, stuff like the Fortress we can taunt, stuff like Magana, if that's like a spiking set we can taunt. And in general, we do really, really well into things like an offensive Crocodile and an offensive Rollerboom. We kind of wall them very, very well. And also the Sneasler, as I mentioned before, we do very, very well at walling with this set. We have Roost for recovery and then U-turn to keep momentum up. And then finally, we have our Terra Captain Mew running the Terra Ground this week, holding the Citrus Berry. And we're a very unorthodox set with Stored Power, Earth Power, Carmine, Agility. And I know Will loves the Stored Power set, so I thought, why don't we run one back on him? Agility plus Carmine, we can boost ourselves very, very nicely in front of a lot of things. Terra Ground is there because it's a very, very nice thing to prevent thunderclaps. I was not thinking Terra Ground because obviously Grassy Glides from Rillaboom could be a bit of an issue, but we don't take too much. We take about like 50% because we do have a good amount of bulk. And our Citrus Berry should allow us to heal plus Grassy Terrain. So if we get enough boosts, then if it's to where Stored Power can kill, we should be fine. Otherwise, we can always just like swap out into Corviknight to get around that problem. Because Rillaboom doesn't have great things to hit Corviknight. So yeah, that is the team for week 9. I think it's going to be very, very dependent on how quickly we can get rid of that Magana to see if we can win this game. It's a very, very important game for both of us. I'm expecting Will to bring a very threatening team. So I'll see you lot all for the battle. Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to the battle for week. Is it wait. Stream mode, I don't know why it keeps auto-turning itself off, but streamer mode, and yeah, let's get right into it. We're facing BigWill and his team, the East Coast Crooks. Let's see what he brings. He brings the Crocodile, the Golduber Magana, Terra Ground Raging Bolt, Sneasler, Rillaboom, and Dio. Okay, so what did he not bring? No Talonflame's big. What else did he bring? No Vaporeon's huge. No Sableye. No Fortress. So he brings 0 removal. Interesting. And he does bring the Sneasler plus the Rillaboom, the Dio. Our lead is meant to be Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt looks really solid here as well. If he leads Mag, that's the worst case scenario. Sneasler's also bad because it's probably Scarfed if he leads it. I do think Dio leads. Just Dio rocks look incredible. And if he is into him, Krook, that's a really good bring. But we do have Brick Break. I think that's how we're leading. Let's do this. Pew pew pew. What am I doing? Let me write down his team. Dio, Mag, Ball. Let's do a ground. Let's see what the lead is from Will. It is. What is that? Dio. Very nice. Okay, so we get a really solid lead here. On it. Oof. We're just going to pop a booster early. This could be like Screens lead, or just Stealth Rocks, or both. And we're just going to DD turn 1, because we want to be faster. He's just going to Reflect. Okay, huge. Big turn. Let's get our damage calculator open. We're at +1, and he has a Reflect. Do we kill? OU. Uber's lead. With the reflect, we should still always KO, even if he's defensive. Do we predict the mag swap in and brick break? That is now the question. I don't think we do. We just go straight for the knockoff. And we are just going to pick up a huge KO. Okay, I thought that might be Sash, but Dio's gone. Huge. And he was light clay. Okay, so we want to brick break this away as soon as possible. Huge. Dio's gone, so no more screens. Big KO from Roaring Moon. Is it going to be mag immediately? Because we just brick break that, right? Again, we'll do a good chunk to it. It's Rillaboom. Interesting. Okay, Rillaboom. Is Grassy Surge. If you're banded, you do have a roll to kill me with U-turn, but you have to be max attack adamant. Actually, this is the... I think I've got the wrong EVs in here. Because I have 96 HP, 8 speed def, M streaming. Yeah. Not him. Brick Break will do a huge chunk if he's not defensive. It'll do about over half. Yeah, we should probably not die to a U-turn. We're just going to Brick Break and get rid of the screen. And that is not too defensive. His Reflector's gone. And he's going to click Leech Seed. Interesting. Interesting. He probably just clicks a U-turn here. He already knows he dies to a knockoff, so he might swap. If he goes Sneasler, that's the worst case scenario here. Part of me really just wants to set up on this. That looks defensive though. It does look defensive, Rillaboom. It looks like he's got a lot of HP. Does he? I don't think he's max attack. If he's no attack, he doesn't kill. He's not banded, that's for sure. Just give him another item. U-turn isn't doing the most amount of damage in the world. I think I'm actually going to DD here. And if he KOs me, he KOs me. It's a good play. He does U-turn. That angle thing is so cool, by the way. We are at +2. We shouldn't die to Leech Seed, and we are in a hugely good position because there is no Reflector. Do we kill a Magearna? Is Magearna. Double Dance. We do not kill. He does get Leech Seed, which is fine. If he's Spadef, does he die? Plus Spadef does not die. We will do a huge chunk. Oh, that's with a Reflect up. I didn't even realize there's no Reflect anymore. We kill with an Earthquake. There is no great Earthquake resist. Does this thing just die? Should, I think. No, he lives. Okay, so he is Fizz Death. Okay. And what do we see? Item. Weakness Policy. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That is very terrifying. Does he Agility here? No. Draining Kiss. Okay, that's fine. Roaring Moon did what it needed to do. It chipped the Magearna, which we want to chip, and it KO'd the Dio, and it chipped down the Rillaboom. And we know he's Leech Seed Rillaboom, so he's more of a defensive Rillaboom. We know this is defensive. I didn't have Grassy Terrain entered, that's what it was. Yeah, that looks like max HP thingy. We're going to try to set up with Tourmaline here. The other option is just to go Diamond. Mag is chipped. We could go Flutter too if he's Spadef. If he is Spadef, if he is Max Spadef. BBB, will he kill with a Mystical Fire? That is the question. It looks like we will kill from where he's at. Is he under 40? Can Shadow Ball kill if he's under 40? I can't tell. We'll find out when we get into the Flutter. I don't think Flutter's as huge this game just because... is he in range? He's literally just like on the cusp of being in range. Boo, boo, boo. Should die to a Shadow Ball, right? Does look like it does die to a Shadow Ball. Is there any reason for me not to click Shadow Ball? I don't think there is. We're just clicking a Shadow Ball here. And I think that is Morgana's death. Please die. Yes, big, huge. Again, it goes down. So Morgana's gone, and the thing is gone. This should be Sneasler every day of the week. It's Krook. Okay, Krook. I guess, yeah, he knows I'm Specs, so that is why he's done that. Into my Flutter main. Does he kill me here? He has to be max attack adamant, and it's a little roll from knockoff. Part of me really wants to go into my my Corv here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Corv here. That is our check. We should take like 30% from a max attack adamant knockoff. We're gonna exert our pressure. And he's gonna click Gunk. Interesting. Gunk shot. Is he like banded then, potentially? Did we just U-turn? U-turn looks really free here. I'm gonna click a U-turn here. Let's see what he clicks. He's going to withdraw into what here? Bond Voltage. That's Raging Bolt. We do know this is Terra Ground. And he's Booster Energy. Booster what? Special Attack. Okay. And he takes a little bit from a U-turn. Looks like he is... got Bolt to him. So he's probably like max HP. Is he in range? There is grassy terrain still. Just important to note for Kyurem White. If you Terra Grounds. Probably eats one, right? Yeah, should eat a Freeze Dry. Obviously, we could be Specs. Flutter main here in grassy terrain. Clicking Energy Ball kind of cooks. We do actually always one-shot. He's going to get some recovery here. Surely you Terrastallize, right? Energy Ball looks really solid here. Could also just Moonblast. How much is he doing with Terra Blast Ground? Because there is, like, what, no resist. He is the... Terra Blast is never killing, but Terra Blast into a Thunderclap does kill. 252. Thunderbolt's actually stronger. Moonblast is never killing. I really want to click an Energy Ball here on the prediction. Because what? Like, you expect a Moonblast and there's no swapping, so I'm going to Energy Ball here. And if he makes that read, great read. He is going to Terrastallize. We get the read right. Huge. Does he Thunderclap? I don't think he does. I am recording right. Yeah. I'm indeed recording. We did click Energy Ball, so this should KO in grassy terrain. Huge KO into that Raging Bolt, which is such a massive threat. Do we see Sneasler come out now? That is the question. Probably does, because he knows we're Specs into Energy Ball. How much am I doing to Sneasler? Sneasler. It's Krook again. Interesting. Is he faster? He's got to be Scarfed then, right? Surely. Does he kill us? If he's Scarf. He never kill. It's a roll on if he's adamant. Should be outspeeding us, yeah. Gungshot never kills. Do I stay in and click an energy ball? Because it is a roll from knock. And what more use does Flutter give me this game? Isn't great into Sneasler, isn't the best into Rillaboom, isn't the best into thing I can handle the rest of them. I think I just click energy ball here. He's just gonna knock. Okay, good play. There's a chance we live this. We do not get that roll, unfortunate. He is scarfed as well, we guarantee it, so he's scarfed into knock. He does your specs, and he does get a Moxie, which is annoying. Did I just throw the game? He's never killing Claude. Kyurem never dies to this. Do I need Kyurem? I don't think I do. He's max attack adamant into my Kyurem. +1 knockoff does. There's no grassy terrain anymore. Knockoff does 66.7 to 78.8. And freeze dry is always killing back. His swap into freeze dry is non-existent, so we're just gonna click a. Do we scale shot here? No, we freeze dry here, right? Yeah, we're just gonna freeze dry. He's just gonna click a knockoff. Good play. Ooh, do we actually not kill without the life orb? That's actually a really important calc to run. No, we do kill. Okay, that is actually huge. I completely forgot we were gonna lose our life orb, and nearly through the entire game. Another massive thing is there's no grassy terrain. So if this Sneasler is grassy seed, it doesn't outpace us right now. Is Rillaboom interesting? We always kill this with a freeze dry, but then it's up to Sneasler to do what it wants. Sneasler will get us the death boost. Over 100. Say max HP. We can Draco and dies a roll to kill it. I'm gonna freeze dry here. Just KO this. It all comes down to this. If he is Swords Dance, he should still never break through a Claude, right? Yeah, and we just need chip. Enough chip to get him in range. That's... we just need any chip to get this in range, right? Is Grassy Seed, we know that. We just can't let this thing Swords Dance. That is the problem. I mean, we have Corv, right? We can always just Brave Bird this, right? Yeah, we kill with a Brave Bird if he's not defensive. So we're just going to Draco here. Or do we even Draco? I think we freeze dry to put it in range of whatever we need in the back. But I do think he just attacks us. He just dies claws. Yeah, fair. So it's Dire Claw. Corvin Knight. If he's max attack adamant, he is +1 defense. Brave Bird. We do indeed also have the Rocket Helmet as well, which is huge. We do have pressure. Do we just Brave Bird here? If he's max attack, adamant, CC, he goes to +2 attack. And then CC's me, he still never kills, but Brave Bird will take a huge chunk out of us. Then he'll die to recoil, right? Potentially. And then he never kills my Claude, so we're fine. We should be fine. He SDs. Yeah, good play. I didn't have another one. Depending on how bulky you are, you have a lot of bulk, actually. But you should never kill me here, right? Let's see. Because I'm at 3-2-1. 3, 2, 1, 80%. It's a roll from CC if he's max attack adamant. We are going to Brave Bird again. He's going to CC here. And he's going to get the roll. Maybe that was a misplay from me. Should have gone Claude. Yeah, but let's have a look at our Claude's Eye set. If he's acro. He could two-shot me. Does he one-shot Mew? That is a good question. He's at +2. Diaclaw never kills. Like, he has to be acro, right? If I go ground, does he kill with anything? CC has a roll to kill if he's ground. So I'm going to go Mew. And I'm going to not Terror. Because acro should never kill, right? Acrobatics +2. Acrobatics 110 base power. If he has Throat Chop, he has Throat Chop, and we're in trouble. Let's have a look at Throat Chop. Throat Chop is a roll as well. Okay. So we just... Never Terror and Earth Power. He's going to acro. This should never kill. Yes! Huge! We're going to pick up the win. We should do anyway. GG's to Will. Really good game. That's a huge win for us. I don't know how much points it was. We had Claude and Thingy, so it's a... I don't know if we've knocked Will out of playoffs or not. It's a 2-0. But that should secure our playoff spot massively. Which is ridiculously good for us. Oof, that's a big one. I kind of thought we might lose to Sneasler there. But we had the pieces left to defend it, which is big. And that is all that matters. GG's to Will, and I'll see you lot all next week, where we are, I believe, in VDL Uber's playoffs. And that's going to be, we're going to play a huge game, I think. And I really want to go to the end, because last time we got knocked out in quarterfinals, and we want to make at least do better than we did last time. So yeah, GG's everyone, I'll see you in playoffs. Bye. Bye-bye. I mean, lost the bye there. That would have been good.